So we're live. I'm making my first recording. A little bit nervous. I've never done this before, but I cannot more than fail and learn from my mistakes. Isn't that true? So I'm gonna just adjust the microphone a bit. Okay, so I hope that you can hear me. Take a breath just to settle in a bit with myself, doing this new thing, recording myself. This is a video for invitation purpose only. Landing in the fact that I'm inviting people into my new page where we work with trapped emotions and emotional releases through different methods that I've learned on my path here on earth in this life as this avatar you can see in front of you. My name here on the planet earth is Johannes, is the name that they gave me. I go by JD by my friends from abroad. My actual soul name within my heart is Jaro. And that's where I find the most resonance with my name. So if you want to call me anything by those names, it's fine. I would appreciate that you call me Jaro. So I will move on with this broadcast, this video. I'm still a little bit confused by the fact that I'm recording myself and that this is going to go online as an invitation to those people who I presumably can help with trapped emotions and phobias and allergic reactions and basically any emotional pain that you're walking around with. Have been walked around with maybe already from childhood. There were stuff happening in my childhood that set me off on a journey where I numbed myself with drugs, and for a long time I was living in a numbing state where I self-medicated in different ways to cope with the trapped emotions I was carrying within my body, within my emotional body and my physical body. And I wasn't provided with the tools needed when I was young. My parents did the best they could with the tools that they have. But it wasn't enough to process what I was going through and the difficulties I grew up with. My parents got divorced in a pretty young age. There was a lot of stress in my family, and when I grew up, I had a very distant father who was not present too much in the family. He did his best, but it wasn't enough for me as a kid to grow up in that environment that imprinted me with childhood wounds that later in life caused me to burn out and move towards or running away from these trapped emotions and underlying layers of subconscious beliefs about myself of not being worthy of love for who I am and what I am, and so on and so on. So there was also abuse in my family. Um, I'm not sure if it's necessary for me to rank the abuse. Uh, I believe that abuse is a spectrum where um, it will have an effect on you, even though from other perspectives, there are levels of abuse where you can basically be verbally abused, emotionally abused, mentally abused, physically abused, and there are other abuse that you can be exposed to growing up on this planet, which is normal, um, which is sad to say, but also accepting that this reality um, is that of abuse in different ways when we grow up as children on this planet. And me, in my case, I was abused by my parents um, in different ways that caused me to have beliefs about myself that weren't true, about my worthiness of basically being unconditionally loved for who I am and emotionally supported with those feelings and emotions that arises as you grow up as a child, which is normal to have feelings and emotions, and if those are not being taken care of by your parents and supported, they will be stuffed down in different ways. And one example of this could be just simply, as I realized when I grew up, that when a baby is crying, for example, you stuff something in the mouth, you stuff this rubber thing to like make it stop crying, for example. Subconsciously, you're telling the kid, when all it knows is feelings, that it's you shouldn't feel this. It's like stopping it from, and that's actually, if you look from the parents' perspective, that's what they are doing. They're trying to stop you from crying, like it's something wrong with you crying, being sad and stuff. So they are trying to stop it from happening because of what they feel. So it's a very selfish act of not understanding emotions, and that's just one simple example of that kind of behavior that subconsciously programs the child that this is not okay for you to feel, so stuff it down, push it down. Maybe the mother, every time, it's like a pattern. Like, I just grew up in my family and I've seen other families observing, but I mean, we all grow up slightly the same but still slightly different, but we all kind of have a society norm and patterns that is undeniable, that we do a lot of the same stuff, the same traditions, the same ways and stuff like that, because we don't think for ourselves basically, and we just follow the herd. um but that's one way of like understanding the child's perspective, of being forced not to feel, basically. And to feel is a natural thing. In life, you should be able to process your feelings. They are a part of the experience here on planet Earth. We are human beings, and most conscious animals and beings and so on, they have feelings in different ways. So I don't know what animals are experiencing when it comes to feelings, but I have a dog, so, and we are very connected to each other, so I kind of understand that, or I have the my own evidence that he's very much in tune with feelings and what I feel and stuff like that. and also I'm very in tune with what he feels and stuff like that. So I don't doubt for a second that the animals also have feelings. And for those of you who don't believe that, well, that's probably because you're not aware of your own feelings. Nothing wrong with that. It's just like it's part of the awareness journey here on this planet and in this dimension where we find ourselves awakening into. So anyway, this I kind of want to keep this video kind of short. Whatever wants to be said, I will just follow the flow. I kind of stopped myself from speaking my truth for many, many years after I burned myself out. I kind of fell into um, my own prison where I created a lot of self doubt. I invited negative beliefs into my own program, which caused me to basically not believe in myself anymore and my true worth, which weren't the case in my previous life. In this life, I'm not talking about any other life than this physical life, but I've always been very confident in myself and knowing my self worth and been in my power and so on. But after I crashed, I didn't have the same confidence anymore. I didn't have the same sense of self worth. I started to believe in other people's beliefs, which were, I mean, at a weak point in my life where I wasn't like aware what I took on, basically. So I started a healing journey. It's been a long journey. I think we're on the seventh or eighth year now on my healing journey where I basically crashed and needed to rebuild myself, still rebuilding myself, still healing. And that's going to be a lifelong journey to continue to make myself stronger and becoming better. So that's the healing journey that I'm on. And I want to help others on their journey with tools I found about what worked for me and what I think will also help others on their journey. Um, Also, understanding and accepting the fact that we are on our own individual journey, and it's up to oneself to choose when, where, and how uh, one is gonna heal. And um, it's not a quick fix, though I have very effective tools that kind of could simply be said that it is kind of a quick fix, but it's not like a pill you take and everything will just be fine. It is a process, and we have a lot of layers of trauma and trapped emotions. Probably, I'm not saying that you have, but I had, and I think it's very natural and normal for us to have trapped emotions when we live in a society where we look at the problems externally and not looking internally and holistically of the problem. We kind of want to treat the symptoms that we have with different kinds of synthetic compounds and so on. We now find out that there are natural medicines that can help us in many different ways, but there are also uh, tools that we can use that doesn't need or require any medication. We can just simply use these tools and release energy and trapped emotions that are stuck in our bodies. Um, for example, trauma from childhood, where we have this age between 0 and 7, which is really important age, because what happened in that time is affecting you now. you see from that kind of um, you see the world from that perspective, so to speak. If you um, didn't reprogram yourself or change anything, you didn't have the right tools to process certain trapped emotions that occurred in these different kind of trauma spectrums, where you look at trauma as a spectrum and you understand that a trauma could be everything from being raped and abused physically to being abandoned when you were born at the hospital and you were left in a bed not knowing if somebody ever will come and save you from where you are. So anything in that spectrum can be a trauma to a child. Um, so I want to share a tool with you here on my page where I can help you um, release your trapped emotions. And this is an invitation. I'm starting to work with this. That means that it's my uh, early profession in this, and I'm starting my business and I'm starting my coaching journey now, I would say. I'm already an entrepreneur. I already run my business, but it has a different, it is in a different category than helping individuals on their healing journey. I'm always been supportive of my surroundings, and always had that call to be an inspiration to the world and help the world understand itself through my experience and my perspective. I've always been very in tune with my feelings, even though I numbed a lot when I was young. But those were traumas and stuff. I was still very aware of um, unconditional love and so on, which helped me be able to help others understand what kind of love actually exists for you inside. So this is an invitation. um I hope I kind of covered what I wanted to say in this video, but I'm offering a service, and I charge this service, but I will not charge so much to begin with. I'm still going to increase the value of my service as I am getting more effective with my work, and I can see that the results that I'm looking to create is happening, basically. So and for that I need clients that wants to heal, wants to release trapped emotions, and wants to begin there, or if they already begun their healing journey, they're maybe in the middle of it and they don't know why they still experience some heavy, dense um, experiences when they think about a certain person, they think about a certain situation that happened in the past, and they feel this heaviness coming over. So this is what I work with. Basically, we can release those with the tools that I have. We can get rid of those. If there is allergy, we can work. I mean, it's crazy, but I've been able to get rid of my allergy. I've since I remember I've been hyper allergic to any kinds of nuts, not almonds for a reason I don't know, but any type of nuts, peanuts, hazelnut, walnuts, pistachia, like whatever nuts you can come up with. I was hyper allergic to. It was enough that somebody was eating in the same room and I would get kind of a seizure from just the air of breathing. So I've been in and out of hospital throughout my life with dramatic situations that almost killed me many times. I was very close to dying many times throughout my life. And today, I can say with a smile on my face that I can now today eat nuts. I eat peanuts without a problem. Um, and the other nuts, I haven't explored them too much ever since I got rid of the allergy. But I stepped across getting in touch with those nuts, and there was very small reactions to the nuts, like hazelnuts and pistachia. But comparing the reaction that I have today from how it's been, which if I got that amount in me of, for example, hazelnuts that I got recently, I would have to go to the hospital. I would have to go through this procedure where I'm almost dying. And this last time, I just didn't have to do anything. I realized that I got nuts in my system, and I basically reconnected using this tool, getting rid of the last bits of trapped emotions connected to the reaction, and I was able to deal with the reaction naturally without any medicines, without anything more than just this tool. And the reaction faded out very quickly after I kind of rinsed out the rest of those trapped emotions connected to the reaction. So there are layers to these trapped emotions. In my case, I had 5 or 6 layers connected to my nut allergy that I was able to clear out all these layers before I could finally actually dare to try out nuts. I started on my skin, and previously I would get rashes. It would start to itch, and it would eventually get into my body somehow. I mean, the skin is an organ, and it would absorb into your body anyway, even though it's just on your skin. But it will basically get it in, and I would get a reaction anyway. And that's how I started to test out if I still had a reaction to, for example, peanuts and stuff, cashew, and I started to um, drag it on my skin, and there was no reaction. I took more and more and more, and there was no reaction. And eventually, I put it on my lip and kind of licked it. There was no reaction, and then, fast forward, I'm like taking a small bite, and there's no reaction, and I mean, eventually the rest is history where I'm actually swallowing a nut and there's no reaction and stuff. So that's a very big result and evidence for me that this tool is working. And I've already had clients and people around me that I tried out on that already had results. So does this call you in any way? Do you feel invited to try it out for you? Do you know that you have allergic reactions or phobias that causes you to have emotional reactions to whatever you're experiencing? If it's a trauma that you know about that happened that you kind of stuffed away, did somebody pass away in your life that you kind of didn't want to feel? So when you think about it, it's this I don't want to feel that. It just something happens in my body. That's usually an indication that you have trapped emotions within your body that needs to be released for you to be able to experience space within your experience where basically it will make your life lighter. You will experience that in the daily life you will have you will have it easier to handle life, because you don't have these emotional reactions anymore to certain things. It can be PTSD, stress, anxiety, panic attacks, whatever that is still happening throughout the course of the day. So I can help you with this, because I have helped myself and I'm still helping myself. I am not fully um, released on all these trapped emotions. I know it because I'm still working with it and I'm finding new layers of um, things to release. But I'm taking care of them when they show up in my life, because I have this tool now, which is, I'm very thankful for creating this path for myself, where I previously in my life made a manifestation board where I decided this is the stuff I want to manifest for the next 3 to 5 years. And one of those things on my list was get rid of my nut allergy, and that was 3 years ago. So I think that is an evidence not only for me, but here I am, um, manifesting my true desires. And it's been a long journey. It's been a journey where I have to dedicate myself, even though I many times doubted if it ever will happen. But just that kind of inner trust is still keeping me on my journey, and it's unfolding and it's showing up in such a profound ways that I'm able to say today that I am free from my nut allergy, um, which puts a smile on my face, and I'm feeling a sense of proudness within that experience, that I was able to call in that reality into the reality I want to experience. I'm still working on manifesting many things in my life that I want to do. And one of those things is to help others also manifest their desires and wants in their lives. But before you will be able to experience your true and full potential, you have to get rid of the stuff that is holding you down and keeping you away from experiencing lightness and space within your experience. And they can be caused by childhood traumas later in life. Maybe you've been to war, maybe you experienced something really traumatic later in life that has caused you to um, live fear based, due to these trapped emotions and these experiences that has caused you uh, to not feel safe in this reality. And I can totally understand that, because that is my previous experience, and um, I still get these experiences where they show up, but I kind of have a different approach to it today, and I feel, I feel so much better today than I ever done. I feel so much better than I ever thought that I ever will be feeling, and I kind of caught myself daily in daily tasks that, wow, it's actually working. I can feel it. I can feel the difference, and that is something I would want others to have the opportunity to experience. That just because you feel that you're stuck, and maybe you've been stuck for so long, maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years, maybe 30 years, I don't know, you could be stuck for probably your whole life, unfortunately. But I'm here to offer tools that could get you on the way to your healing journey and creating the abundance in your life that you are longing for, and be a guide for you with my own experiences. I'm not perfect, but I have a lot of experiences journey. So I will end my first video with that, and I feel pretty proud that I've been speaking for approximately a half an hour without stopping, just kind of freestyling of what wants to flow out of me. Um, it's genuine and it's honest and it's raw. Um, and it puts another smile on my face to feel that I accomplished this video. And I'm excited for myself, but I'm also very excited for the people who are listening to this video, because it means that this video probably ended up in your presence because you are somehow longing for a change and looking for tools that can help you on your journey. And again, I want to invite you then to contact me, and I will offer my service to you, coach you through um, these difficult, stuck, trapped emotions that you maybe are experiencing, that is basically hindering you from moving towards a better life, basically, and to feel lighter and basically not experience the emotional reactions you maybe have experienced ever since you were a kid. So uh, I want to thank you for taking your time and listening to me, and contact me if you feel that this is calling you somehow, and I will tell you more about how we can work with these different tools. There's one main tool that we will work with, but I want to leave you with different tools that you can have with you also on your journey that would probably help you. And maybe they don't, but I definitely can help you get rid of and release the trapped emotions that you've been carrying around for a very long time. So enjoy the rest of your day or evening, and contact my page, Spectrum Method, here on Facebook. Um, that's where I have my contacts available right now, and Facebook is where I start my journey. I think it's a good platform to reach out to the people in need. I'm going to create a web page where eventually people can book times and stuff like that. But I take it step by step. I also have a full-time job, a full-time business outside of this side business that I'm creating now. But I will work more and more with this in the future. So, and this is my beginning of it. So, bear with me. Right now, I only have a Facebook page, but I think that's going to be enough to start off this journey and getting the results that I want, and the clients that is in need of my service. And I believe that the spirit has my back and is guiding me towards the future that I am heading towards and that I want to head towards. So thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video.